So this one is DEI and training without privilege. Is that still allowed? Are we allowed to continue our DE&I training if it doesn't include information about systemic privilege and one race holding power over another race? Can we continue our training on harassment, discrimination, and include information about treating coworkers, vendors, customers, and other visitors to our workplace with respect, civility, and prohibit bullying? Now, I get a lot of this. What should we do about our harassment training? We still have an obligation to do legally required harassment training to provide a workplace that is free from bullying and those types of things. What we aren't wanting to do is promote any privilege in any of that. And how we promote the privilege is where I think it's almost the opposite of the unconscious bias, right? So if we're unconsciously promoting the privilege because we've been conditioned over time with using certain language, that's where I think we want to be really careful. And an example that I give in this space is very carefully how we talk about the pride we have of having a diverse workforce, right? We can be prideful that our workforce is made up of many people and nationalities and both genders and all these things. But then to say it's a strategic advantage for us to do so, and we plan to advance that strategy, that might be a little bit more risky versus we're proud of just who we are.
Yeah, so definitely we have that legal obligation to do harassment discrimination training that's disseminating our policy to everyone and educating people about our policy. So we want to keep doing that for sure. The problem with the DE&I training and the movement is that it forces employers to take into account protected characteristics. And anytime you're taking into account protected characteristics, that's going to be to the exclusion of other people's characteristics. And so that's the risk there with continuing DE&I. So the question is about being
First of all,
allowed
I
to
wouldn't call
continue.
it DE&I. I mean, if I was looking for to be a little bit more clear, I wouldn't say, "Hey, we're going to our DE&I training." I would, and I kind of have it back here on my board. I would get rid of that language of DE&I, and I talk about it more from a harassment-free workplace standpoint, a non-discriminating workplace, but not DE&I.
Well, we call it at Ogletree, we call it creating a respectful workplace.
Yeah.
And that I think if you focus on creating respect in the workplace, that if you work in a respectful workplace in and of itself, then there won't be harassment, there won't be discrimination, there won't be bullying. You will have civility and people treating people properly within the workplace. Again, focusing kind of on creating that respectful workplace,
Right.
regardless of race, nationality, age, gender, religion. You just want to respect people in the workplace, and you don't have to like them, you don't have to agree with them, but you do have to respect them.
That's absolutely right. I know that we're a little bit past our time. I do want to just let anyone listening know we are here to help, of course, Ogletree and AIM, and we partner in this space. But should you find yourself in this time of I'm just not sure what to do, that's where I want you to reach out to our solutions team. You can find that email on our address. It's simple enough to do. We are getting requests where it's like, hey, we need, and think about, we need to review what's the language in our handbook and make sure that that is clean and current with today's changes compared to where we have been in the past. What is in your employee orientations? What are your job ads saying? There's lots of things for us to look at. What even I've seen even in job descriptions where we maybe have some language in job descriptions that shouldn't be there. And AIM is there and ready to help you if you want to engage in a project to have someone look at those things and make sure that you're on a preferred path and protect you from maybe some unrecognized mistakes that would be considered mistakes today in the way we should go forward. we're here to help you. All you have to do is reach out, and we can provide you some quick resources in that space.
Thanks for being an on-demand viewer of This Week at Work. Don't forget you can be part of the show by watching live at 7:30 a.m. Central every Thursday morning, when you can get your burning questions answered by using the question mark icon to the right of the player. In fact, you can ask a question now. Head over to aimea.org. Under Member Resources, you'll find This Week at Work. Click Listen Live to register for our next episode and submit a question. Or follow or subscribe wherever you get your news and entertainment. We'll see you next week when we discuss what's happening this week at work.